Good morning, everyone. What's going on, Fred? What's going on, Magwell? Yeah, I'm sitting here doing my usual. Didn't get out of town, so thought we'd update here real quick. Hey, Steve. Mike, what? We had a little bit, as everyone knows, we've had the alts did firm up a little bit after getting crushed yesterday. So that's starting to look a little bit better. Who flung dung? What's going on? And Bitcoin did the kind of did the low that I was kind of expecting. Hold on one second. I got someone on one of my websites asking a question. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, so let's go back to the 5-minute Bitcoin. We'd had this chart up when we got done yesterday. What's going on, inflow, the source? We talked about a triangle for the 4th, or maybe an irregular flat. And you guys know Elliot wave, ABC down, ABC up, then really a 5 waves down for the C. If you look at the volume, I was talking about the volume here when it broke down, but it didn't continue to break down. This looks more like a triangle here, so I don't think you want to be cute on Bitcoin. This could still be a triangle. The C wave did go below the A, but as you know, that only takes half of a Bitcoin to make that happen. So I don't try to get too cute on that. So I think we've completed the 4th, or maybe we're still going to come up here for a D, come down for an E, and still have basically something like this for the 4th. So it would take maybe another 12 hours to get it done. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I guess I would hope that this 7,200 level now holds. As I've said, anything down here overlapping at 6,900 would be very disappointing to the bulls. So, I still like the action here. As you know, then the alts ended yesterday looking like shit, but a little bit better today then. The alt taxing pretty low. I mean, there's Bitcoin Cash 740 and change, back to 780. So hopefully those lows hold here. Dash 243, not coming off its low quite as well. What's up, Dominic? Angry Dragon. Classic, same thing, not off its low, 1580 too much, but at least having a better day. Ethereum did a 440, then right back to 465. So really would like to see those lows made and then work on a rally from here. Litecoin went down and made a 79 back to 84. So to me, charts look fine if those lows hold and if Bitcoin can put itself together here and go back through the highs. If not, then the Elliott wave count looks a little bit different and wouldn't be near as impressive. So, and I still want to, I'm going to throw in charting service again. Someone gave me shit for showing this when there's still mistakes. So first of all, I had said the price and volume, there is no mistakes. It's not that big a deal to bring in volume from 89 exchanges. I don't think people are getting that really anywhere, except maybe here. And then also, you can go up here and go to add indicators, and we have all the normal ones. The really anything that normally, I think there's like 90 indicators available on our software. So adding those are simple. The issues are building the OP force and technometer because it's those are custom indicators. And even there, I mean, the OP I said is working. So you can see we had plus volume on the way up. This is negative volume. So we did have, volume did support the rally. There's no divergences or anything. The force has no problem either. It's rallied and staying firm. We got an overbought technometer now coming down to neutral. So right now the software looks fine here. I just told everybody, on the indicators, I got to check for reliability. But still, if you're following somebody doing TNA and they're not including volume, which I guess a few people do, I don't think that's correct. I mean, Wyckoff is the one that really brought volume into the discussion in the 1910, 1920, 1930s. And then, and also if your TNA guy's looking at a chart from Binance or Bittrex or all these and talking volume, it makes no sense. I mean, they've got to be talking consolidated volume. That's why I have refrained from doing a lot of Wyckoff until I had that. But this is down here and is working. So we can start discussing that more, and that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm trying to go live more. Yeah, the software does have night mode. I don't know. I know a lot of people use night mode, so I will see if I'm going to change that for myself. I always have not used that, except I think a year ago we tried to do that a little bit. I personally didn't like it as well, but I'll check into that, the source, because yeah, it does have night mode. So again, we're just adding, over the weekend they're supposed to add more coins so we can answer a lot of viewers' questions, bring up their individual coins. So everything's good there. And you can add all your own custom indicators if you don't want the OP force and technometer, or just bring different safe settings up. So here's Bitcoin 7380. So once again, impressed by that so far today. So, and then this is 5-minute on balance volume, which is really like our OP. I wanted to show that up here because we're still having a few issues on the 5-minute kicking out. It's kicking out correct data except for like the last day or two. For some reason it's not posting it correctly. So, but you can see here that no real sell volume on Bitcoin up here. So it would tend to make you believe that we're in a sideways correction, which is what the Elliott wave would be calling, and we still have higher to go. So I really just wanted to show that. And then a few other coins here. ADA was up there at the 18, trading sideways, has come down a little bit. Chart still looks good. Here's BAT. I'm going to back out a little bit on some of these. Go to the 1 hour. Hoping really this here, you can see a 5-wave advance here and a pull back to support. So again, a lot of these alts look like maybe they've done some type of impulse wave and pullback. What's going on, Taj? Right, you're right, Dominique. So again, that's why, on our software, we're trying to, with 89 exchanges and 5-minute data, it'll give us a total count. And the only issue with software is just if you got 89 exchanges, you got to make sure if somebody doesn't kick out the correct numbers, the software's got to be able to basically just catch itself and still go ahead and post what it's got. So when you got 89 exchanges, it's too easy for some exchange to throw a wrench into the calculation. So what's up, Steve? Then let's go through a few more here. Digibyte, USD, holding up nicely. Here is Gollum, definitely not looking as well. Made is one. We've watched a little bit here. It's still holding up pretty well. Then we've got Strat USD up 5%. Came back hopefully to some support. There's Tron USD. I don't really have any positions there. I don't know why my camera, probably still too many windows open. Sorry about that. So here's Tron. Again, I don't have many positions there. That one really needs to dig in here and hold. XLM USD. Nice recovery here after a quick little sell-off, but that chart looks really, really good. And then we've got Zen at 28. There again, chart looks excellent. Came back to a previous fourth wave here, really, digging in this morning. ZRX, $1.13. So really, I just think the alts maybe have had a pretty deep pullback here. Maybe they put in a low here overnight. Bitcoin did a fourth wave. Maybe it continue higher. BCN, let me bring that one up. Here's BCN USD, 1 hour. Wish it would have done better on this rally here for outperformance. You can see volume did come in a little bit better. That's the 1 hour on bounce volume, which I don't like using the trading view, but I will. Again, this is Polo, so I guess I would hope, going in shorter term, I guess I would hope that this low here at 0.003 is still good. We're not far off of that, but some of the weak coins I think you just got to be careful with. Hopefully this is some type of 1-2-1-2 for Elliot wave. Yeah, a little bit of volume come in back here. So I don't follow BCN too much. I mean, personally on the bear market, I guess I'm still of the opinion that it could be over. That last decline, as I've showed before, I like the way it went down and did the 0.618 of the previous. So the low down there, 5,800, I think looked pretty good. The rally off of that so far has been good. As I mentioned, the bear count is this is not 1-2 and working on a 3 up, which is going to be looking more like a 3 up and then a 4 over to here. I mean, the bearish count then, this is just an A, B, C for Elliott wave, and we're headed to another new low. That would probably be the preferred count, you know, really if 6,900 or so doesn't hold up. I think so far now, though, everything's been doing pretty well, and the reasons I just given, it looks like this is really a consolidation here. So if we can consolidate here and go to new highs above 7,800, I think that, again, would have to make you think that the bear market could be over. So I'm still enthused that it's over. I think those misery indexes by Tom Lee, and I think being 30% below the 200-day moving average, things like that, I think has shown that we have really wrung out the bulls. And then that poll the other day when we was at 6,800 and they asked if we was going to see 7,000, and 72% of the people said no. So I think that just tells you the sentiment. And then again, for anybody new, I think the dollar has rolled over. This is the dollar chart. This is the bullish ETF. I've been looking for that to roll over, and the last 2 days action does leave now an upthrust behind us. So I think that's interesting to back up what I said before about the dollar coming under pressure for a few weeks, few months, and probably that puts the wind behind the back of the cryptos, which would be another reason to think that we've made a low. I'm not one really to go back and compare to 2014, etc. So I know what you're talking about. I guess I'm not a real fan of doing that. What's up, Johnny Cool? So that's probably all I really got here. I don't think there's any really major news. I thumbed through it real quick, but I'm not a big follower of the news. There's too much FUD. Too much news probably paid for. So here's a headline: Bitcoin mini bull run over. Expert says worse might be coming. You gotta love those news articles though down here, because once again it just shows the sentiment is so bearish. But that's how bull markets start. They kind of climb that wall of worry. Another thing I thought was interesting of the day. Here was an article I never did bring up. Canada's Rivmot crypto fund. So they're probably supposed to be long cryptos. They were showing they had 90% of its assets in fiat. That's really because, you know, I'm sure people are like, why are you invested? Why are you long? You need to protect, etc. So not sure if they caught the low, but they said that they had done, they'd been long July 4th, which was when probably a moving average indicator turned up. They got back out on July 10th. They could have missed the rally through 6,800 because we all know that happened so quick. But that's really the interesting part, because a hedge fund, crypto fund that really should be long cryptos probably got left out of the rally. But that's what happens, and that's why if this market's ready to go, then I think this consolidation pattern here is the sideways pattern, and we are headed higher now. We're not going to go back down to 6,800 and let everybody get in. Right, Mike. Well, I mean, we formed a massive wedge. I mean, we touched 6,000 there in February, so it's really, since then, it's really been more of a time correction. So that's really the interesting part is, we've got the wedge I presume you're kind of talking about, and we came down and we sprung the previous low of 6,000. So really we had the sharp sell-off in the sense that we've just had a time. And the sentiment did get worse at all these lows because everyone just kept getting scared out and some of the alts continued to leak. But really we're right back here to this previous support. So again, I don't want to say we can't go back down and tag through that again, shake everybody out, but I really, right now I would still lean that it's not, but I think we're gonna know here in the next few days. Taj still looking for another one down. For 7,900 from here, and then maybe a drop to a lower sevens. And if we go back to an Elliott wave count, I mean, you know, we're going to get a rally to probably to the 8,000. Then we're going to do the wave 4. And the wave 4 could come back to 7,200 again. So, and then we'd rally up again to like 8,500, and then we could have a pullback to 7,000. So we could spend some time here trading around this ETF news. And into August 10th, I mean, now all of a sudden that's, you know, 20 days away, so less than 3 weeks. So easily we could do all this mousing around here between, you know, between the 7,200 to 8,500, etc., something like that. Johnny, that's probably a pretty good idea. I mean, I'm still, in most cases, overweighted Bitcoin. I think that's still the safest bet here. Otherwise, you know, you got to make sure you're in the right coins for sure. Yeah, 68, 6,900 I think would be very disappointing for the bulls. Nice on the ZRX. I'm still long in there. I've tried to not trade that. I've had a pretty bigger correction the last couple of days here versus a few coins I showed that haven't. So let's see if we can rally out of here then and put in another new high on this move. So that's all I got. I'm going to get back to work here. Anybody need anything, text me, email me, etc. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to doing what I do. So we will catch everyone if we get any big action. I still think having some of the alts, you know, definitely still makes sense. I think you just got to make sure you have the right ones. I would guess if we do get this Elliott wave, we have any type of pullback in 7 to 10 days or into the ETF news, I think that's probably a really good time to accumulate the alts. Let Bitcoin show some strength here and then catch the alts in the next pullback. But we shall see. Nick had the interview with EOS. We did post that, so he's done 2 of them. Hopefully that moved down to 760 overnight is the low. That's one I think I would probably nibble here a little bit. I'm not sure a big position. But on the longer term charts, yeah, it would look better if it came down and broke that 5. So that's why I probably would only want to nibble here. But check out Nick's 2 interviews. And then hopefully Nick and I will get back to our 6:30 schedule here Monday through Thursdays, hopefully next week. And we shall see. I'll keep popping on here, hopefully with any type of action, anything I can give you. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good weekend.